So you know those people you follow on social media who work remotely while traveling the world? They post photos and videos of themselves with a laptop, like working on the beach. Meanwhile, you're having to commute 30 minutes to and from work. And you see these people and you're just like, what the hell do these people do? So in this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is that these people do and how you can get a remote job in 2024, even if you have no prior experience. So just to give you a little background on me, I've actually had 4 different positions working remotely since 2022. I've actually been able to travel all over the world, and I've met a ton of people who do the exact same thing. And I've basically been conducting research on all the jobs that people have that allow them to work remotely. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you a list of 15 jobs that you can pursue if you wanna work remote, where you can find these jobs, and the steps that you can take in order to get you there. So starting out, you're basically going to have 2 different types of people. So the first type are the people who are business owners or freelancers, and then the second type of people are people who work for companies. So one of the pros of being a business owner or a freelancer is obviously that you get to make your own schedule. So you can work literally whenever you want, and you don't have to be on the clock, so to speak, at a certain time. So if you're thinking about being a business owner or a freelancer, you're gonna wanna start thinking about service provider types of jobs. So the types of businesses and freelancing things that you can do would be virtual assistant. So these are very administrative type tasks. You're essentially going to be helping out an organization or a business owner do back-end work and administration type of things. There are also online therapists. So if you have a psychology degree or anything of the sorts, there are companies like BetterHelp that would allow you to be a therapist and work remotely. I also did meet a lot of coaches who ran their online business. So if there is a certain thing in life that you feel like you really excel at and that you have a lot of information that you can share, definitely consider opening up your own coaching business. So this could be like a life coach, a relationship coach. The great thing too is that you don't really necessarily need any type of certification or anything like that. This can just be something that you say, hey, this is exactly what I've done, and I'm gonna help get you there as well. You could also be a content creator full-time. So content creation is really great because obviously you can work anywhere in the world. All you really need is your cell phone. A lot of content creators pursue things like UGC or even sell their own digital products and courses. The next job are gonna be writers, and this is very broad and general because there really are so many things that you can do as a writer. You could do copywriting. You could be a ghostwriter. Really, like, the world is your oyster with writing. It's essentially a skill that's very necessary and needed in all types of businesses. You just have to look and see exactly what your area of expertise is gonna be. The next one is digital marketing. So I've met a lot of people who had their own digital marketing agencies and where they essentially bring on companies as clients and help them with their digital marketing. The next ones I'm gonna quickly run through because I feel like a lot of these are kind of self-explanatory, but here's some other ideas that you can do as a freelancer. Branding, photographers, video editors, and graphic designers. So if being a business owner or a freelancer sounds a little too daunting to you and you want to work for a company, there are also a ton of remote companies / jobs that are looking for employees. And there are 3 main industries that I find have a lot of remote jobs. And the first one's going to be marketing. So some positions that you can look into are going to be within influencer marketing, a marketing coordinator, social media manager. There's a ton of jobs within marketing that allow you to work remote. The second industry that I recommend looking into for jobs would be tech. I feel like last year there was a huge boom in people pursuing tech jobs. So I know there's a lot of content out there if you're looking for more information on how to get a tech job. But some positions that you can look into if you're wanting to pursue a job in tech are sales, product management, account managers, data entry or data analytics, software engineers, and developers. Out of all of these, I would say the easiest to get into in tech without any prior experience is gonna be sales. Because if you have any sort of experience working in retail or anything that's very customer facing, you have a little bit of sales experience. And so you can essentially take this experience and kind of work it into your resumes to land you a tech sales job. And then the third industry that I see a lot of companies hiring remote jobs is gonna be finance. So some jobs within finance are gonna be accounting, bookkeepers, and then startup funding or like VC. Finance, I feel, is the most difficult out of all these to get into. But if you have any experience working with numbers or with jobs like these, there's definitely some that are hiring remote that you can look into. And then a few miscellaneous jobs that don't fall into any of these categories that also hire remotely are gonna be translators. So if you speak more than one language, you can also work as a translator remotely. There's also customer success roles. So depending on the industry that you're in, you're gonna find quite a few though that do hire remotely. I also know quite a few spicy models that work remotely and travel the world. And then last, there's recruiters/HR positions. There are several companies that hire these jobs remotely as well. So out of this entire list that I've just given you, if you're like, Marisa, I have no experience in any of these, I would highly recommend looking into jobs within marketing. That's actually what I do. I'm a talent manager for influencers. And I think there's just so many different avenues that you can take within marketing. So it's really super broad, but if you specialize in an area of marketing, that's what's gonna help give you a competitive edge and basically help you land these remote jobs. And there are a ton of certifications to help you get started. One that I actually took was Google's digital marketing and e-commerce certificate. So now that you have a general idea of the type of job that you want to pursue, but you have no idea where to get started looking, I'm going to provide you with 2 platforms that I feel are the best in order to find these remote positions. So the first platform that I really recommend is Upwork. Upwork is basically a platform where companies or business owners can post jobs looking for freelancers. And I've actually had 2 friends who used Upwork and started out working with a company either part-time or on a short-term contracting basis and ended up transitioning with those companies full-time. So it's truly a great platform if you're looking to get your foot in the door. And the second platform that I recommend for looking for remote jobs is gonna be LinkedIn. Now, I know you're probably rolling your eyes and being like, Marisa, I've already applied to 500 jobs on LinkedIn and I haven't gotten anything. And that's because you're not doing it right. So you wanna make sure that you're using LinkedIn like you would any other social media platform, but in a professional way. You don't wanna just set up your profile and then immediately start applying to jobs. That's not gonna do anything. You need to be using LinkedIn and looking at it as a place for you to showcase your expertise in a specific area. So that way you're not really having to apply to jobs, but instead you're having recruiters and companies come to you. And I promise you, the moment that I started doing this, I literally had recruiters, CEOs DMing me, asking me to apply to a job at the remote company. The great thing about LinkedIn too is that you can filter through remote jobs and find the ones that you want to apply to. However, you don't want to be applying through the LinkedIn Easy Apply. You want to be going straight to the website and applying there. So the last thing I'm going to talk about are steps and tips that you can take to help you land a remote job, even if you have no prior experience. So the first thing is that you have to be tailoring your resume using AI. Unfortunately, with the rise of AI, a lot of companies are using it within their hiring process. So even though someone might be very qualified for a position, if they're not utilizing keywords and AI to basically help tailor their resume based on the job description, they're gonna be thrown out. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna utilize AI, essentially. You're gonna give it the job description for the job that you are applying to. You're gonna have it pull out those keywords, and then we're gonna take those keywords and put them into our resume as much as we can. This way, your resume is gonna make it through that filtering process and get you into an interview. This next tip is super, super key, and it's what's gonna help you stand out in the crowd. So you're gonna create a portfolio of work relevant to the job that you're applying for. Then you're going to network, you're gonna join Facebook groups, and you're gonna get as much possible feedback as you can on your portfolio from people who are in the industry. I think portfolios are so important, just because if you don't have any prior experience, how is the recruiter going to know that you're able to do the job? So you're gonna utilize the portfolio in order to show them that you're knowledgeable and that you're capable of doing the job that you're applying for. And then the last tip is to think outside the box. So if there's anything that you come up with in your application process that is gonna make you stand out in the crowd, do it. The job market right now in 2024 is super competitive, especially for these remote jobs. So you need to be doing and thinking of as many possible ideas that you can in order to stand out from everybody else. And that's it. I hope this video was super helpful for you. If you have literally any questions, be sure to leave them down in the comments. I'm gonna do my absolute very best to get to all of them. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. It would really mean a lot to me. And best of luck in the job search. Bye.